Well, hello there. This is a new podcast that doesn't really have a name yet, but I'm sure we'll think of one. And if we do, which we will, obviously, I will put it here.
Driverless horses.
Wow. Wow, that fits us really well and is awesome, and we came up with it immediately. That was so cool. Anyway, I'm Frankie. I go by she, they, and I'm joined by...
I'm Adam. I go by he, him.
You do. People have said that about you.
But yes, on the regular.
Yeah. And we are two bezzy friends, best glitzy girls. Is that a term people use?
I feel like it is now. We're going to popularise it.
Yeah. We're the Scissor Sisters.
We're on the cutting edge.
Of scissoring.
As you
we'll
can tell,
figure it out.
We are very strange.
We are. If you've survived this long, you'll probably be at least able to tolerate the podcast that we are doing right now. So that's really cool. We are going to do a thing where Adam will bring me some news to discuss, and then we will get onto dice roll topics, name pending. And just honestly, you know what, Adam? You know what I think? I think that the world needs more people with podcasts to just tell people what they think, you know?
Just tell them our minds.
Yeah, just be like, it's like, let's talk about, like, hydrogenated fats. And I'm like, I don't, love who you love. Let the fats do what they want. I think that's what the world needs right now.
This is what we can bring to the world. We can give people the guide on how to exist.
Is it Christ-like? Yes. Is it saint-like? Yes.
Yeah.
Are we Nobel Peace Prize winners? Not yet, but, we should be.
Runners up.
And... yeah, runners up. My brain for one moment couldn't remember that every competition has runners up. I thought it was only sports. So I was like, you get Nobel Peace Prize for basketball? I can't fucking play basketball, dude.
Wait, do you reckon... would you be able to put on your CV that you were a runner-up for the Nobel Peace Prize? I feel like putting that on your CV would be a really sad move. But also
because everyone would be like, loser didn't win. Or
yeah, you were that close. What didn't you do? You could have done more, dude.
You could have attained a bit more peace, quite frankly. I don't think your heart was in it.
Yeah. You could have given 100% rather than 99%.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that'd be like second place, right? Not like... wait, no.
Do they get
it's not like
places?
The Oscars with those things, are they? Where it's like, and the runner, it's like, we have these 3 doctors and we make them fight to the death. I don't know. I feel like maybe they should be
added to our wildcard topic.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So, Adam, what news you got for me, babe?
So, I was reading today that Uber are about to start trialling automotive vehicles with driverless technology for taxis in London next spring.
Oh, I thought you were going to start like trial by firing people.
Yeah, they're just going to fire half their workforce and then just see what happens for a couple of days.
I mean, Duolingo did that and I haven't used it since, so, They
also killed the bird though, man. The owl.
It deserved it.
It was being a bit
that green
chaotic.
fuck was like it wasn't gaslighting me. It was like fully like using emotional blackmail. It was frogging me. Like, have you heard that stream? Heard that thing? It's like a streaming term where people will come into your stream if you're live streaming and go, "Did you know this creator said that you've got a stupid pair of balls or whatever?" And then try and basically make a fight.
Why do people do this?
People are fucking weird, dude. And like, I think Duolingo was like giving me push notifications going, "Did you know your friend is thinking about killing you in real life? Maybe if you practice Spanish, they'd think twice and cancel that deep web hitman they've ordered." I am paraphrasing, but that's basically what it said. And I was just like, I'm glad it's dead. I'm going to say it.
But it was funny. For a long while, it was right there with the culture. Like the mewing.
The fucking Duolingo owl was mewing.
Yeah, it did. Have you seen him in the full muscle suit and he's going like this? And
oh my god, I don't need that in my life. I don't need to know that some people were jerking it to the fucking Duolingo owl.
I feel like you would enjoy the video greatly.
Okay, don't peg me as an owl fucker, for Christ's sake, dude.
I'm not going to peg you.
Okay, then why are we even podcasting at this fucking point, honestly? Let's just go home.
Cancel, scratch everything.
It's over. So, Uber...
Yeah, the Uber... yeah, they're bringing out driverless vehicles next year. They have had a lot of pushback from the government. The government have been like, no, we don't want it. They've basically said that it's working really, really well in America. They're really, really liking it. And I don't know if you've seen some of the videos. It is a mixed bag.
I've seen Cybertruck auto drive that just literally aims for children,
It's bad.
Yeah, I don't. And like Wemo is a thing, isn't it? That's like
Wemo?
a type of because I remember seeing yeah, like people are summoning them into like the AI, the fucking LA protests, and then like burning them, which I can neither condone. I can't condone them.
No, I feel like that's fair. Like, you can't get rid of the taxi drivers. Part of going in a taxi is chatting to the driver.
Part of the fun of getting in a taxi is someone being fucking super racist to you while you are basically held hostage in a fucking vehicle traveling 60 miles an hour while the guy's fucking texting on his phone.
Yeah.
Unless Robert Picardo is driving it, like Johnny Cab in Total Recall, the 80s/early 90s movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm not getting in it. I'm sorry.
What if it was Arnie driving?
I was going to say something. I would not sit in the back seat.
Oh. And you wouldn't be a passenger.
I'd be like, no, Arnie, let me drive you. And then I'd like, I don't know. I think that if I just was near him, I would absorb enough like creatine powder to actually keep me in protein powder for a while.
You'd be bulk.
I think, yeah. Bulking season, I'm going to go sit on Arnie's lap. I'm going to go and just, like, inhale him for a while. And then, like, the protein he sweats out will double my, like, that's double my protein goal of the day.
The word choice in that sentence, that you would inhale him.
I
approve of this message.
I'm just going to, like, snort Arnie, like, a line of gear or something. Jesus Christ. So anyway, Uber is robot driving.
Yeah, so they're going to have robots driving the cars. I've seen a couple of videos of it working in America. My personal favourite is there is a video of a police officer trying to pull over a driverless vehicle, and he's telling the passenger to stop the car, and the passenger's like, what do you want me to do here? I'm not in control of this vehicle.
I love that. I actually, you know what? This is growing on me. I love the idea of, like, the next fucking, like... Oh, the next Guy Ritchie movie is about AI being the wheelmen in bank robberies. And they're, like, the most unhinged wheelmen. Well, wheel... bots. I don't fucking know. And it's just, like... I'm trying to imagine the logistics of trying to pull over a driverless car.
As far as I'm aware, it is not possible because he did not succeed. The policeman sounded real angry, but no success.
It's like, well, have you tried shooting it, officer? Anyway,
And that's not even the worst one.
Oh God, what is it? I was going to say that means we could bring back the lasso.
The lasso?
You need to have some fucking strong arms, but the strong arm of the law.
A car lasso. The car throws it, and then you just stop your car.
What? But I don't want like a robot controlling like a robotic horse or a horse cart. Wait, no, this has gotten away from me.
Hang on. A robot horse, though. You tell me you don't want a robot horse.
I would love a robot horse because I don't like actual horses because. If leaves are a certain colour, they are like, well, time to kill everyone in a 5-yard radius.
The leaves are offensive. Does that make horses...
Racist. Leaf racist, yes.
Leaf racist?
Yeah. They're like, oh, autumn? No, thank you.
I feel like we're now telling the news on this podcast. We are not...
Yeah.
We are giving updates to people of the UK.
Just in, horse Brexit is underway.
The French
Nigel Decapage is representing the Rehorse Party.
Have you seen? There is a one of my favourite YouTube videos. It is so dumb. So you know the music genre garage? There is someone who commentates horse racing as a garage MC. It regularly, I will be like, I am sad, I need to be happy. I put that video on. It's like 5 minutes of pure joy.
Is it just like oh god, like, oh yeah, and then potatoes is racing like a mad or whatever.
It's just so the horses' names, as far as I can remember, one of them's called Ib Flibby Dibby, one of them's called Bass, one of them's called You What. They're all just like classic garage sayings, and it's just dumb.
That sounds... And the thing is, they didn't even have to rename the horses. Because they have the stupidest fucking names ever. My mother-in-law is obsessed with horses. Like, she is absolutely obsessed. She was telling us all about horse fucking. Not like that. Okay.
Hang on. Wait a minute.
Okay. So my husband's mother fucks horse. No. I'm cutting that out. If she is this
like an anonymous confessions?
Yes. Welcome to Anonymous Confessions. My mother-in-law, naughty girl she is. But no, I don't. I think, bring back horses. But you know what? We don't need cops. We will deputize horses under the law.
They do a better
and
job.
They will catch and trample these robot cars to death. It'll be the Wild West again, and I get to wear a hat and spurs that I won't ever use on an animal because I disagree with that. But I think that'd be cool.
It would be pretty cool, actually, because I could see the horses riding, and then like they like jumping over cars and shit. Like that would be wicked. I'd very much.
And then you could
that.
give like the horses like their own little spurs on the back of their hooves. But like they could be like rubber, so they wouldn't like hurt them or anyone else. They just look really cool. You get like some silver spray paint on them. No one will know the difference. They'll all that horse has spurs. They've reclaimed it. That's pretty fucking cool.
We could put some RBG on it as well. RGB.
Oh, like underlit horses?
Underlit horses?
Yeah, like, you know, like all the boy races around Need for Speed fucking Underground or whatever.
Pink
with, like,
neons and stuff.
Yeah, and then we can bass boost the fucking things. So
I want a spoiler on my horse. A massive spoiler.
Bruce Willis is a ghost the whole time. Okay, that was so fucking bad.
So these are the new driverless. The new driverless taxis from Uber are just boy racer horses.
Yeah, no, you know what? A driverless car is just a horse.
There we go. Uber's new invention. That's what they're bringing out next year.
This is what big tech do. I fucking hate big tech so much because there's just a bunch of dudes who just keep reinventing trains that are worse. And now they've reinvented horses that are worse, that aim for children and try and kill them, which is actually kind of very similar to normal horses, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, horses, they are beautiful animals, and I hear that they do good hugs when they're friendly, but I'm also scared of being in the region of a horse with without a fence in between.
I am scared of being in the vicinity of a horse without a door puncher.
A door puncher?
Yeah, you know those things that SWAT teams use to, like, illegally enter people's houses? Yeah. Giddy up! No, I would never hurt a Bronco. I would never do that.
Okay, the question is then,
it's just
if we're going to have horse deputies, how are they going to use the door punchers when they go in a SWAT raid? And
they won't. I will. They're mine.
You extensively get hired to go in, bust open doors, and then step aside and let the deputies.
Let the horses come in and just trample robots to death. Yeah,
they just run through and poo everywhere.
A cab includes deputized horses and me, apparently. Also, I think it's really funny they're trying to like do it in London, which is the worst fucking driving conditions in the UK.
I was actually thinking a lot about
very
this.
Tight roads and.
There is potential for it to actually work really well, because if you think about it, right, all of the autonomous vehicles are going to know where all of the autonomous vehicles are. So they're all going to be going a set speed. They're all going to be driving around on this little like spiderweb map that will have inside their brains. So they're not going to bump into each other because they'll know where each other are.
They'll bump into everything else though, like a pinball.
Oh yeah, like all of the buses. Like they're going to have to replace so many buses because they're
and people.
Be wrecked.
Oh my god.
And people.
Yeah. It actually,
are Londoners people?
Well, scientifically, yes. I pick my words very carefully. But every time I've been to London, it's been an absolutely abhorrent fucking excursion. So
they're way too busy.
It's like, oh no, the next tube is in like 3 seconds. I might as well just kill myself. It's gonna take so fucking long. Oh, I'll just settle with like setting this poor fucking like underprivileged child on fire. Let's do that instead. It's not that happens like literally every hour on the hour that happens in a tube station. Yeah. They don't even flinch anymore. It's terrible.
No, it's just a done thing. If it's not happening, then the police deputy horses are called out.
Yeah, we also need like I don't know. I mean, they need like a fire extinguisher on them. But the thing is, they're going to be so flighty, no one will be able to get them. So actually, you know what? No,
they've got those things.
Blinkers.
They cover the eye. The blinkers, yeah.
Yeah, but that means that they can't see anything, so they won't know who they're tracing.
We can give them parking sensors. So if there's like people close by them, then it beeps.
Adam, are you fucking okay? This beep. This horse is reversing. Please stand clear. Beep. Well, and then the horse gets spooked at the noise and starts just fucking like just doing kickflips. I don't know what horses do. It's not a kickflip. What the fuck am I doing?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Horse Edition.
Tony Horse Pro Skater. This is what the government don't want you to know.
That Tony Hawk is actually a horse.
Yeah, he changed his name so he could like make it big because there is a massive horse bias in the extreme sports industry that is actually very anti-bird of prey as well.
I was gonna say because the hawk, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you saw a bird skateboard? Checkmate.
Last week.
Okay, fuck my mouth then. Okay, when?
Have you seen? There is a video of a chicken doing a.
Are you fucking serious?
100%.
If it's not a bird though, it's just chicken. I am gatekeeping chickens.
How dare you do that to the current dinosaurs of our world?
That's cassowaries, and emus.
I have to admit, and this is a confession and a half, I am terrified of turkeys. They are the most satanic animal on the planet.
I like baby turkeys because they sound like they're firing laser beams.
That's true. They can stay babies.
Okay. Wow. This is like a Running Man situation. You're gonna kill them all the moment they reach adolescence, and they'll be like, "Everyone, it's so lovely. Everyone stays young forever."
But they are.
I think that's Running Man. No, it's not Running Man. What the fuck? What is that? The Prisoner? I don't know. Is it 1984?
They are genuinely the most horrifying animals on the planet.
What don't you like about turkeys?
They are massive. They have no fear. Their claws are like this big, and when they use them, like they can go through most stuff, and they'll proper punch you.
Shit.
And they're really defensive. The men are dicks.
Okay.
So
they've got that weird. I don't like the weird like eyeball testicles they have. That's kind of spooky.
Do you know that grows longer when they're angry?
That's like a rage boner.
But it goes more droopy. It doesn't go hard, it goes droopy.
Can you imagine if it went hard and it looked like a rhinoceros bird? I don't need that shit.
A uniturkey.
What?
A uniturkey.
I'm not... What? Okay, what the fuck? No, I'm not a turkey. I don't have a dribbly bit that gets dribblier when I'm mad.
As in like unicorn turkey.
Unicorn turkey. Like erectile dysfunction unicorn turkey. Okay.
Because it would taper at the tip.
What? I don't know. Unicorns aren't real. They don't exist.
They're the national animal of Scotland. They definitely exist.
Okay, Scotland does exist, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I have some close Scottish friends. So I can say that.
Have you ever seen Scotland with your own eyes?
I've never seen a Scotland with my own eyes. Do you think it's a psyop?
Just like pigeons.
Pigeons are not a psyop. They're a government conspiracy to make us think that... I literally just got bored of that. I don't even care. Because, like, I remember the whole birds aren't real thing. Like, people started taking that actually seriously as a conspiracy.
There was protests and everything, weren't there?
Oh, I don't remember. Can we just... It was a silly thing. Can we stop, please? I say. Okay, so Uber. I can't believe they're petitioning the government to make bird drones legal. That's crazy.
It's a very Uber thing to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Uber... pigeon feet. I hate Uber. Fuck Uber. It's terrible.
I exclusively use Uber when I'm drunk because I literally can just switch my brain off. I press the button. I know a taxi's coming for me. I know I'll get home. Okay. And I know it's been paid for.
Or do you?
That's a good question because my car could fail.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, shit, I guess I'm not at home. When you said, I use it exclusively when I'm drunk and I press a button and a taxi arrives. And I was like, what? Where's your food? Because I thought you were talking about Uber Eats. Because I can't remember the last time I got on a taxi, honestly. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I avoid them now. And typically, if I'm going out for a party, I much prefer a day party. They're a lot more fun.
Yeah. You can't get as, you don't want to get, like, drunk at a day party because you feel like a mess.
Wait, you're not supposed to do that?
I mean, you can. I just don't personally like to.
Whoops.
Although the last time I got really, 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 really drunk was at your sister's, and she basically gave me a bottle of gin. I don't think you were at that party.
No, I don't think I was at that party.
Because I think I would have noticed. That. Yeah.
Also, it would have gotten... We would have gotten way too in-depth in a conversation about something strange.
It would have been like, do you know that moths are actually fucking the agents of the government from a different planet? Like, Alex Jones would have nothing on us.
No. I really like the moths.
Because I don't like moths in here.
I actually love moths. They are beautiful.
Nachtschmetterling is the German word for it. Which is night butterfly.
Why is that so adorable?
I know, but you say it in German, it's like, Nachtschmetterling. And it's like,
okay, no.
Oh, I love German, it's so nice. And then there's the French papillon.
Papillon.
And fuck, mariposa, I think is the Spanish.
Ooh.
Why do I know butterfly in so many languages? Might be a queer thing.
Duolingo?
No, I don't fuck with that green piece of shit. No.
You did, though.
Okay, so you're throwing that back in my face right now? Is that what you're doing? Are we pulling up everyone's dirty laundry?
You did, and after seeing the mewing video, you will again.
Okay, who do you think taught that little green fuck to mew? Then he got into jelking, and I was like, nuh-uh. Not doing that.
Not involved.
No, and that's when it had a meltdown and fired all of its workforce, because the bird is the CEO. Obviously. I'm cancelling Duolingo on fucking social media.
Is a CEO. He
Disgusting.
has got the mindset of a CEO.
Yeah, it's because it's a piece of shit.
That's what, yeah. And
Yep.
the other things I'm thinking of is like a CEO will do anything to sell and get more money, right? The bird was a sellout. It did loads and loads of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And also, owls actually kind of stupid.
I didn't know that.
They're a symbol of like wiseness and stuff like that, but they're actually kind of dumb because like really like big scary predators tend to be really thick because they don't have to be very smart. They just have to be able to kill shit.
I've seen a video of them running like on the floor. That's real cute, and that I guess in my head now has made me realise that owls are probably pretty dumb.
They are. But, like, also, snowy owls are super cute, so...
Like the barn owls?
Yeah, they're really cute.
Oh,
they're silly little things. They're very cute. But yeah, so Uber is employing the Duolingo bird to kill people in the tube with fire. You heard it here first, everybody. Tell everyone you know. Source, just trust us.
Yep. We have been speaking to the MPH... the Metropolitan Horse Service.
We've been speaking to the miles per hour. That's how fast you go when you think. We've been speaking to Miles Tails per hour from Sonic.
We've been speaking to Miles Morales from Spider-Man.
Miles Morales. I go, oh, do you think you could get me in contact with Miguel O'Hara? I left a comment, I'm not going to say where, on social media, where someone was like, they posted a picture of Miguel O'Hara when he's chasing Miles down, and they made him look really feral and like gave him like made his claws stick out and everything. And he's doing like the Terminator run, but like way more animalistic. And someone was like, "Oh, you see him running at you. What do you do?" And I posted, you know, it's going to be bad. I posted, "Give him a second child."
No hesitation. You just like straight.
Literally, just first thing, give him a second baby. I'm a tocophobic, which is a person who's scared of, who has a phobia of pregnancy and birth. I think pretty much everyone here, just out of sheer respect, would have a baby with Miguel O'Hara. But only the Spider-Verse one, the comic book version, sucks, and I hate him because he's a piece of shit.
I mean, I must admit, the Spider-Verse one, as soon as he came on screen, I was like, villain. This
you were
is
like,
guy.
boner. You were like, oh, I've become immediately horny about this. That was my reaction.
I mean, he is handsome.
Like, oh.
I'll give you that. But there was too much fear, I guess, for me personally. I was like, he's handsome, but he also gives me bad guy vibes.
He's not a bad guy though. He's an antagonist, but he's not the bad guy.
Is he?
Yes, because he is my husband, and I love him.
What would Biff say?
Is it my turn?
Can I join
in
or
the
watch?
cuck share? In the cuck share, yeah. There's a cinematic universe view. You know, if they don't know who I am or who you are, this is going to be a really weird podcast. Hi, I'm kind of like a Z-list celebrity. Yeah, that's it. I
am some random bald guy. Recently
you are
bald.
very hairy. You are very hairy, though.
I'm hairy from here down, by the way, gesturing at my ears.
Yep. His eyes, fuzzy as fuck. He's flocked his eyes with, like miniature wargaming grass and
it's
PVA
a defense
glue.
mechanism.
It is. I'm imagining you getting mugged and you're like, whoop, and then you mix, like, PVA glue and water. You kind of eye wash it. Yeah, just like let me get my grass and be going, just throwing fistfuls of, like, flock into your eyes and then holding them open while they're dry.
If I was robbing someone, that would work. I would be like, no, keep your money, I'm done.
If you were robbing someone, you would say, keep your money.
If they started gluing their eyes and throwing grass at it, I'd be like, you know what?
It's
I've bitten off more than I can chew,
grass.
I'm out.
Oh, oh god. Can you imagine how crunchy your blinking would be? Like, you wink at someone and it could, like, start fire from friction.
It also has to be said that I have hay fever and my trigger is cut grass, so I would just be a big swollen-faced mess.
It's like a superpower that happens really slowly. It's like, you can get bigger, but only if you have, like, cut grass and it takes a while.
As long as I have an antihistamine before, I'm down for whatever.
I am the histamine. And I can be your side. I can be the histamine.
That sounds like a female period product.
It could be. I don't know. Duolingo Al, get in contact. We'll see what we can do.
See what we can whip up.
Yeah. So we should probably move on to the topic, like the random dice topic wheel. So we have some random topics that we are going to decide on the roll of a die. So.
My money's on red.
Shall I roll? Are you ready? Okay, 49. The
suspense is killing me.
Oh, I'm not very good at killing people, I'm sorry. 49, D&D.
Okay. So I've not played D&D before, but I do have knowledge on the subject.
Okay, so you know D&D is a thing. Would you like to define it for our beautiful listeners?
Yeah, so Dungeons and Dragons is what it stands for. It is I'm going to say a tabletop board game because you can have like set pieces and things like that.
It is a tabletop role-playing game.
There we go. There you
go.
And it's a lot of fun. You just basically role-play a character and you go for an adventure. A dungeon master takes you through a little journey and you have some fun.
Yeah. It's very cool, and you come up with fun characters. But if you play Baldur's Gate 3, basically it. There you go.
Yep.
Now everyone's caught up, because if you haven't played D&D and you've played Baldur's Gate, you've basically played 5th edition of D&D.
I played a short version of D&D at a university sort of event that I went to, whereby which my character was called Darunia Big Thumb. He was a dwarf with one really big thumb, and I managed to roll a natural 20 on having an infinite supply of whole roast chickens in my backpack. So I just went out and I was chucking these roast chickens left, right, and centre. And I bribed my way into places. I exchanged them for gold. And my favourite event of that whole situation was we went up to this lake underneath a mountain, and there was like something underneath it, and the guys were like, the dungeon master was like, you don't know what's underneath there, like, Adam, what do you do? And I was like, I drink the lake. Natural 20. I drank the entire lake, and then I hit a natural 1 when trying to go to the toilet, and I exploded.
Okay, so that sounds like it might be AD&D, which is a 2nd edition, which is a lot less forgiving.
I survived.
I'm sorry, you exploded but got better?
Yeah. It's healing.
D&D, man. Wow.
You know when you get a bandage in a video game and you wrap it around your arm and your whole body is healed?
It reminds me of Far Cry 3 when you get like chunks of glass in your like hand and wrist, and like when you didn't have a health kit and you healed, he'd hold up like his hand and his like he'd have chunks of glass in it, and then his finger would be bending the wrong way, and you like snap it back and pull the glass out. And then he's like,
horrifying.
It was not good. I only played that game for Vast Montenegro.
Great game. Fantastic.
Oh, great game. Absolutely great. Shame that Vast fucks off halfway through. Huh?
The squid was a great part.
The squid? There was a squid in Far Cry 3?
It was like a big, like, ghost squid thing, wasn't it? When you were in, like, a dream sequence, you were drugged or something, and there was a boss fight.
Oh... Was that a squid? I don't know. I just remember, like, Vast pole dancing. Of course, that's what I'm remembering.
I mean, this track's for you.
Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. But no, I've played a lot of D&D. I've recently just finished a little adventure of Star Wars D&D, Star Wars 5e, which is a fan-made kind of like collaboration thing. I was playing a Mandalorian. Duh. Called Asa Rin.
Wait, the Mandalorian?
No, just,
or just
a Mandalorian. She's from the same moon as Din Djarin from The Mandalorian.
Oh.
Just because I was like, my game master asked me, and I was like, Aquatina. And I was like, oh, fuck.
That's the only right one, though.
Yeah, yeah. And I met up with some more Mandalorians, like, a good fair way into the campaign, and it was like, and they because she was from a decimated clan, like she's the last one of her clan, and she actually bumped into an old clanmate, like an older guy who's got a daughter now, and it was just like, I got so emotional. It was, and like our DM is so fucking good at it. It was so good and so. We should. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just do a D&D podcast.
we could do a session of D&D.
We'll think about it. We'll think about it.
Secret.
But yeah, I've played a lot. I'd like to play D&D with you. What kind of D&D do you like? Do you like more kind of story driven, or do you like just fucking around, or you like to fight? Like how do you like to play?
So that experience with Darunia Big Thumb, like, I really enjoyed that, but it was very simple, like, quick rolls of dice. There wasn't really attacking or defending, stuff like that. But I would be down for, like, a mixed bag. So something that's got some silly elements where we can be a bit fun, be a bit stupid, but then other elements where it's like serious, it's fighting time, it's like save the world or lose everything. Like what you were saying there with the Mandalorian story, like you have moments where you're like, oh my god, you have a kid now, this is wicked. And then you'll have moments where you're like, I choose to shoot everyone in the bar because meh.
There was a moment where a friend of mine, Tan, they were playing a blastomech droid called Raz, who loved fire and crime. And it was great. And like what was it? There was one point, because we were playing with my husband, Matt, and our other friend, Longfang. And yeah, Shane is our friend DMing. And Matt and Long Fang were playing a Trandoshan sniper and a like a wandering Jedi, because it's set around the same kind of time as the Mandalorian, so around 9 ABY for you big fucking nerds out there. So the same kind of like give or take a few years of like that kind of thing. There's no Jedi or anything, and my Mandalorian fucking hates Jedi. She hates them. She thinks they're dishonorable and disgusting, and she's really grossly misinformed about what she just thinks all Force users are Jedi and they're evil. So they had some drama around that as well.
Okay. So like there was some learning to be done.
There was an amazing part. Our DM did so good, where we would look around junk stores, because my Mandalorian was obsessed with romance novels.
Oh, this is so cute.
Because she was just really lonely, so she was like, she would go buy holos of like basically she would go buy like romance novels, and she had
woo and be like, oh, after reading
she'd read them privately. she liked her trash romance novels, and it's like, I go to the local bookstore and I look, and our DM had a random table, and like one of them was the lusty Trandoshan mechanic or something. It was amazing, like, you know, the lusty Argonian maid kind of thing. Yeah. It was like that, and we went to like an old junk store, and I managed to steal a really nice knife, because she was basically like a rogue, but with like two handguns. So I had really high sleight of hand, so I stole that, and while Konnik, Longfang's Jedi, was like, they realized, I think, that they left the two unhinged characters, the Mandalorian and the Blasphomech, alone, and they were like, oh shit, we need to find them. So they came and found us in this store, and I pull out of this junk box a lightsaber hilt, a very badly damaged one. And just as Konnik walks in, because he's a light user Jedi, obviously, he walks in the door, I turn it on, and it's a red blade. And I turn around and look at him, and he has like a fucking like panic. He's like, because he can feel like the evilness oozing off this blade, and I'm like, I'm standing there, and I've been cranked, because at this point my character knows that he's a Jedi and is still kind of a bit like, because like they knew each other before, because they met like, it was like two ships passing in the night. There was like an outpost on a moon that they basically teamed up to save from like oncoming like gangs that were trying to like raise the village. And then they were like, yeah, you know, we're bound in blood now, we're besties forever, see ya. And then we just randomly met up again. So she's kind of got that kind of internal conflict, and yeah, he just sees that, and he's like fully like, it was so well done. Like, honestly, the best group. And he was just like, Asa, you need to put that down. And it was just everyone was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Like, everyone was like on the edge of their seat going, oh, this could go very
end
badly.
Real badly. You can't have a bar brawl in a bookshop.
No. Or like an antique shop or whatever. But yeah, no, and it was just like little moments like that, so fucking good. And I really want to go back.
I like the story-driven stuff that's there. But I want it to have an element of comedy, and like that's for me, D&D, the fun of it is it's an imaginary world that you can just take in any direction. You can be stupid and do crazy things if you want to. I guess it's really down onto the dungeon master of how they want to take it, isn't it? Yeah,
that's the thing. You just need to find someone who's got the kind of like right kind of mix. Because I'm very much the same. I'm like, I like it quite story and RP heavy, but I also liked it. There's, you know, silly things happening. I don't like full comedy games, because I'm like, no, I want to get my teeth into like a kind of an interesting story. And so yeah, like our group there was perfect. Honestly, it was so good. We'll have to play a game one of these days.
Yeah, I'm done. I do have to say though that Raz, you have just described a moth mech.
A moth mech?
Yeah.
Oh,
as in that? He like a moth, like the creature. Like the night butterfly.
The Nachtschmatterling.
Yeah. Like, he likes fire, so he likes light and glowing things, and violence.
Are moths particularly violent?
Oh yeah, they always have knives.
They have knives now? Wow.
Secret knives.
Secret knives? Are you planting knives on moths, Adam? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, no, they planted themselves.
They planted knives on themselves. Okay, I'm sure that's what you're going to tell the horse police. That's great.
No, but they do flap about. They do
Alright.
flap about
This
real
feels
aggressively.
like, are you profiling moths? Because it's a bit...
Not all moths
Okay.
are violent.
Okay. We're not doing that. No. Problematic. We're not doing that. I think on that note, we should roll on to our second topic of the day.
Yes.
Okay, shall I go?
Go.
Roll.
I'm predicting 32.
4.
Oh, I was way off.
Mate, it was 4.
I was so off.
Health.
Okay. If we're talking health, we do need to mention your huge gains.
Adam. Okay.
You have massive muscles.
Thank
And
you.
these bits, the lats.
Oh, the traps at the top of the
Traps.
shoulders.
Traps.
Trapezoids.
I genuinely believe that is concrete.
Yeah, that's my most impressive area of gains. I'm trying to work on my
feat of
biceps,
engineering.
which is hard. Yeah, no, they broke the gym bro mold when they made me. Apparently, just my traps though. But yeah, no, I do shrugs. I just can't. I hate doing shrugs in the gym. If anyone doesn't know, shrugs in the gym where you hold 2 barbells, you hold a barbell in each hand, and then you basically have to stand up, kind of relax your shoulders, and then you raise your shoulders, the tips of your shoulders, you have to pretend you're trying to get them to the top of your ears without moving your head or anything else. So, and that right there on your shoulder is your traps, and that's what that works out.
What weight are you lifting during that?
12 to 14 kilos.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
It's honestly, it's not that much compared to. Oh god, there's one dude in the gym I'm trying to befriend right now, and he's outside my house on a motorbike. Apparently, hey man, he's brought me one of them roast chickens that he eats every 5 minutes. No, he's just...
you should tell the roast chicken story as well, because that is chaotic. And the milk.
What? I don't even know what story. Oh god, no, I remember the milk story. Okay, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I'm trying to make friends because, I'm over 30, and making friends is hard, especially because I am autistic, have ADHD, and I'm scared of people. I'm an awkward turtle, as the millennials say. I thought you were just doing a jerk off motion in the video. I was like, okay, just rude. I'm so awkward. You're like, fucking tell me, jerk. Yeah. Harsh, but fair. But yeah,
It just needed to happen.
yeah. So I I have to bring it up, and it's gonna get a bit dark in a moment. I warn you. But because this guy is fucking gigantic. He is huge. But the thing is, he is the opposite of a lot of gym bros in the way that he's super nice to everyone. He's just okay. I feel he's like gym autistic like I am, but he's like really good at the gym and he knows everything about everything and what muscles to do and everything like that.
So he's the guy that you're like, hey, can you spot me with this and just tell me where I'm going?
Yeah, and he could literally, my biggest weight, because I was on the seated dip, I was doing about 140 pounds.
How much is that in kilograms?
That's a great question, Adam. I will just very quickly do some maths in my head right now. That's 64 kilos.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's my my seated dip, which is you sit down like you're in a chair and you push down on 2 arms. It is a machine, so it's a little bit weird with weight, but yeah. And I'm like, I reckon that guy could do that with 1 hand. He's gigantic, and he is literally the sweetest, nicest kind of like, oh yeah, oh you need help, I'll come and help you, and like he wipes down every machine he uses, he sprays it with disinfectant and wipes them all down. He takes every weight plate off if he's been using them and puts them back on the weight trees. No one else does that, and I'm just like,
so he's the definition of perfect gentleman. He is
He's like, have you seen Mob Psycho 100?
I haven't.
Well, there's a thing called the Body Improvement Club, and they are just a group of jocks, but they're the most wholesome fucking dudes ever. And like the main character joins and is really shit at like every physical activity, but because he's trying, they are freaking the fuck out and like being huge hype men for him, because they're just like, you're working so hard, bro, you're so fucking cool, oh wow man, you're doing so much better, you couldn't run like 20 meters long. And it's like, that's the most like picturesque, healthy masculinity ever. And I was like, I need to befriend this man and inhale his like good lifting.
Hold up.
No, not in a weird way, because that's kind of weird, because I am trying to be friends with the poor guy. And like, oh, like he helped me out, and then like we kind of chatted and hung out for a bit when I was doing a military press, which is like overhead kind of 2 barbell kind of thing, because I had surgery under my arm and on top of my right boob because I had breast cancer. I'm in remission. But we were like walking down the stairs and I kind of like, you know, when you have a moment where you feel like the LA Noire music kick in because it was so intense, and I was like, oh shit, have I done something wrong? And I'm walking down the steps and he's talking about like, okay, so this will be good for your shoulders. And I was like, yeah, I need maybe to use a Smith machine, which is like a big barbell, and it's basically like one of the big lifting ones that you do like deadlifts or something, or like bench presses with, but it's like on a kind of like hook thing, so it's a lot safer and it's a lot more controlled. So I was going to the Smith machine and I was like, yeah, that might be better because I had surgery and you know, and they cut into my underarm, so my overhead's a bit weak on my right arm. And he was like, oh shit, what you do? And I was like, I had breast cancer. And he stopped walking on the steps and he slowly turned around and he looked at me and he held up his arm and he went, you've just given me goosebumps. Are you all right? Are you okay? And I was like, and he properly had goosebumps, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm like, I'm not going to cry in the gym. You're
on the stairs holding onto the banister like,
and it's like, no, because it was, I don't know, it was just like, that's really sweet, you know. And it was like, and I felt so guilty that I gave him goosebumps. He was like, look at that, you just give me fucking goosebumps right there, bloody hell.
Look what you've done to me.
He's like, how did you do? Yeah, then he choke slammed me and I thanked him with money. No. But no,
then he turned into Sonic and rolled in a ball down the stairs and away.
Yeah, then he spin dashed me until I exploded into fucking rings. It was awesome. I'm so glad I pay monthly for that subscription to that service that he specifically provides. The gym is that's just an add-on you can get.
I was about to say I've never been to a gym, but that sounds like the gym experience in my mind.
That's literally, it's honestly, it gets boring. Like after an hour, you're used to it. People are huffing chili dogs. Someone's turning Super Saiyan or like hyper form. It's just, oh yeah, sure man, whatever. You know, there's like, you have to, in order to get into the gym, you have to go into that pod, and then there's like a loop-to-loop, and, you know, you have to run at 77 miles an hour, otherwise, you know.
Green Hill Zone.
There's crabs. That's why you got to clean your machine. No, not Mr. Krabs. Although we do stand Clancy Brown. He's amazing. But yeah, so I've been really enjoying it. I can't believe you never go there. You need to come to the gym with me. We'll go and spin dash some people. It'll be super, super cool.
I feel like I would be really good at spin dashing.
I think you'd be amazing. I mean, you're already blue, so you blew yourself. I have not seen that show. I've just heard that reference. I'm making it because I'm cool, you know. Well, yes. So it's like, yeah. Have you ever done like you ever done lifting or anything like that? Because I mean, you've got your guns out now. And you're looking pretty hefty.
I do have a vest. So I don't actually actively do anything. I remember when I was a kid, I asked my mum for some of the little dumbbells, just to like work out a little bit. So I was like, oh, I feel like I should try this. And we didn't have enough money for dumbbells, so I used to lift cans of like cat food and baked beans.
That works.
I'd do that like with one in each hand, and it kind of worked for a little while, and then I just stopped. And then one Christmas, out of the blue, my mum just like dropped 2 sets of dumbbells on me as a Christmas present.
And
this was
that
like
could have really
long
hurt
after
you.
I'd lost interest.
Sorry. And she's like, think fast, fucker. And just drops dumbbells on you. And this is
she couldn't do a spin dash, so she needed a yeet.
Yeah, I'm just imagining your mum as like, you know, in Junior when Arnold Schwarzenegger dresses up as a lady and goes to a pregnant woman retreat, that's just your mum going, I'm not going to do an Arnie, but you know how he talks, so think fast, and it just hucks a 30 fucking kilo weight at you.
You've met my mum, right? Have
Yeah,
you met my
Mrs.
mum?
Schwarzenegger, she's really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
She's
She's
cab
closely
driver, I
related to
think.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Fucked up lineage right there, let me tell you.
Yeah. It was a whole story. It's on Netflix.
I liked it when
the
she went to
documentary.
when she went to Mars. That was cool.
I thought you were about to say when she went to Nam. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. We're cancelling your mum for going to Nam. That was really shitty of her to do that.
Yeah. Take a break.
And
Mum.
then just hucked dumbbells at her child. So you lost interest when she finally got you some.
Oh, so it was about a year before I'd lost interest, and she bought me them, and I remember opening them and being like, these are really cool, like, I might get back into this, like, it was a thing that might have gotten me back into it, and then I left them at the end of my bed, and they gathered dust, and I felt so guilty, because I was like, I don't really want to do that anymore, that there's too much work.
It is
but
a lot.
the silver lining is, they ended up going to my adopted brother for his lifting at home. I mean, he started using them all the time, so they did get a lot of use in the end.
Oh, that's really cool. I'm glad. I started lifting weights when I was in college. I only did it once, didn't inhale. And the thing is, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was like you. I just got the two shit, like the hoarder neighbor up, like a couple of doors up the road. She gave me a couple of her old dumbbells, and they were like, they must have been like 1.5 kilos each. They were just, I guess for like a 16-year-old kid, that was fine. But like, I wasn't lifting properly, and I remember like it came up in conversation while I was at college that I lifted weights. And then a guy overheard in my class and started spreading the rumor that I was on creatine. And I'm like, if I was, that would be fine, because creatine is actually, it's good for you. It is
good for you, but like, but spreading rumors?
Yeah, he was just like, oh, you're on creatine. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I can't afford creatine. He's like, yeah, you're on so much creatine. I think he thought they were like akin to like human growth hormone or steroids or something. And he was like, he was like trying to make me look weird or something. I'm like, yeah, what? I just never understood.
Should send him a let me Google that for you link to the definition of creatine.
Yeah, I'd love, after like fucking 20 years, I'm like, hey Mark, fuck you, man! This is what creatine. He's like, who the fuck are you, dude? And I'm like,
who the what is this? What's happening?
Yeah. I'll just go over and I'll just like, I don't know, I'll just like flex at him until his head explodes or something. I don't know, something that can and will happen. Maybe, non-actionable. But no. And my mother was like, don't lift weights, your uterus will fall out. And I was like, I don't care.
Is that really what happened?
No, she was just like, she was obsessed with me being the most feminine, like, princessy girly girl. And she hated that I liked piercings and tattoos and lifting weights and like video games and stuff. She was like, no, you need to like being pregnant and being subservient to men. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't.
Yeah. Not a fan.
It's like,
not for me.
I'm sure that works really well for some folk. I'm not here to judge, genuinely. But, no, I like lifting weights and getting piercings and tattoos. And she didn't like that. She was like, you'll never find a man if you lift weights. They'll be intimidated by you. And I'm like, good.
that's the idea. That's why you're lifting the weights.
Yeah. And as a result, very short men, absolutely, like, they chase me down the street. That has happened. Very short men.
Wait. As in, chase you because they're like, beautiful lady.
I have once been chased, not chased like I was running. I was walking, because I was wearing my heels, because I'm like about 6 feet in heels. And I was walking down the street, because I needed to go into town for something, because I live in a city. And I was walking down the street, and this guy, he must have been like 5'4", maybe like around that kind of thing, which we love a short king. Not this one, he was fucking weird. But not because he was short. And he like runs across a busy fucking road in the city to kind of sidle up to me. He's like, hello, beautiful. And he's like out of breath, not from running, but just because he's talking to a woman who could kill him. And I don't want to do that because I think he'll come if I do.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm like, I could pick you up and throw you, but I think that's what you want me to do, you sick little weirdo.
How would
and
you
he's
get
like,
him
he
away
spends,
from you?
dude, he spends like 5-10 minutes walking alongside me, telling me I'm this gigantic Amazonian beauty and like, you need to be wine and dined. You beautiful giant woman. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm like, man, I'm married. And he's like, oh, he doesn't have to know. And I'm like, yes, he does.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, mate, I'm fucking sure.
Yeah, you're pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
You're the one wearing the trousers in this situation.
Yeah.
This random guy is not. How do you feel about people complimenting you in the gym environment, and not in a creepy way, and like compliment your muscle gains or your body or the way that you look? How do you feel about that?
I wish more people would bring up, just in general conversation, how big my muscles are. I wish that was normalized. Can we normalize people gushing over how powerfully strong I am, please? That would be awesome. But no, seriously, I'm like, I don't mind. I just get like, because, you know, being non-binary, I kind of get the weird gender envy of like, you know, the gigantic guy at the gym I'm trying to be friends with. I'm just like, I want to be your friend, but I also want to be you. How could, because obviously he's like a gigantic guy full of testosterone. I'm like, that makes lifting a lot easier for people with, you know, like AMAB people, or like, you know, just again, people with a lot of testosterone. So I'm like, ugh. But I'm still going to lift a lot. So, and I don't, you get this kind of thing, especially as like a femme in the gym, if you're doing like weight training, like, cause like weightlifter, I've been doing it for like, just over like a year and a half now of like properly weight training, like every other day at the gym, you know, sans injury or whatever. But I'm doing that. I'm doing strength training. Like, I'm not really doing tone training, cause that is a thing. And, like, I'll be on a machine and there'll be a dude next to me who's a bit angry at me for lifting more than he can. So then they get into the ego lifting. And ego lifting is not a good thing, because it tends to be... For anyone who doesn't know, ego lifting is when you lift weights that you can't comfortably lift, and it is dangerous and your form is incorrect, which means that you are going to probably really hurt yourself, either instantly or down the line you're going to develop a very nasty problem. Yeah. So like if you're not lifting if you need to do a lift with a straight back and you're not doing that, you're going to really fuck up your spine. Stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So dudes will ego lift because girls are watching, or because they're mad at me. I mean, obviously I can't read their minds, not yet, not until the device is completed. But, you know, but it's like, I have seen dudes, like, check my weight, and then, like, I thought, a guy used the machine after me, and he kind of, like, this was ages ago, so this is back when I wasn't lifting as much as I am now, and, like, he looked at it and kind of, like, looked back at me, because it was on, like, there's, like, 3 machines quite close together, and you can kind of... You're kind of low-key facing somebody when you're using another machine. It's a bit weird, but yeah. And he like made a big deal about upping it by like 20 pounds. And I was like, okay. And then he did, and then he did like, cause I do like 3 sets of 10 on pretty much everything. And this guy got like 3 or 4 in and then had to sneakily lower it back down. And I could tell it killed him. And I'm like, dude, if you just lift what you can lift, that's super cool. And like some people,
way more
it's like,
impressive.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like lifting is hard. It's like, and sometimes like you can't do a certain thing, or your body is like, because everyone's body is slightly different. So sometimes you can't do a certain exercise because of just the way your bones are, or maybe you've had an injury. Like I have trouble with the reverse lat pull, which is you grasp the bar and kind of pull it towards you. And because I broke my wrist really bad when I was young, so I have trouble keeping the bar like parallel to my collarbones when I pull it down. And it's like, I have difficulty with that, so I can't lift a lot. And like, again, with my right shoulder having like limited overhead mobility, it's like, that's just a thing I have. And it's like, while I would love to not have that problem, it's like, you know, I'm not going to think less of someone if they're like doing flies with 1 kilo weights. You know, I don't, if I see you doing them with like trying to do a curl with a 20 kilo like barbell, and you are like flailing around and obviously going to hurt yourself or someone else, then I don't think that's cool or respectful. That's worrying. Yeah. If you do it with like a 10 kilo and you're fine, good on you. You know, but I say that, but I also get that kind of competitive shit myself. Like, I could honestly talk about health, lifting, and just general fitness all goddamn day. It is a massive hyperfixation of mine. Because I'm going to the gym tomorrow and I'm super excited because I'm going to go and lift heavy thing. Oh, it's going to be great.
I'm really excited to join a gym. So me and a mate are going to join a gym together.
Nice.
And the intention that I would like to be able to earn enough money.
Well, yeah, what are your fitness goals?
I think that I want to feel my body's natural strength because I know that I'm strong. I know that my body is capable of things. I want to be a little bit better toned, and I think I want to do some cardio stuff because I'm asthmatic. I want to be able to breathe.
I would say cardio is very important, even if you're doing weightlifting. Mm-hmm. You do at least 20 minutes of moderate cardio. Either before or after you're lifting, and it will the effect of your weightlifting will be. It just I can't remember the actual term, and it does sound like I'm making it up, but no, it does help you out with forming muscle and that kind of thing. Also, creatine is really good. People say, "Oh, don't do it. It gives you water retention." It's like, yeah, in the muscles, not in like your belly or whatever. It's like so it makes your muscles look. It gives you a pump. It makes you look good. Yeah. But yeah, if you need any weight training, like anything, I will try and help.
Oh, you're going to be like one of my go-tos. Like if I'm ever going to get like a day pass at a gym, it will be at your gym and I'll come and join you.
Hell yeah, man.
Like,
We'll go and lift. Honestly, I would love you to come along and lift with me. It would be so fucking cool, dude.
Mate, it would be so good.
It'd be so good. I'd love that.
I remember, so on the subject of lifting, I can remember the heaviest thing that I've ever lifted on my own, because I was working at B&Q. They brought in this massive, it was like a 8-seater mosaic garden table. This thing was like the box and all of the parts. It said 160 kilos on the outside.
Shit.
And I lifted that. Admittedly, I got it from the floor to a pallet. I lifted it up on my own, put it down, and then proceeded to just like sweat buckets. I had to sit down because I was like, I should not have done that. I went on a lunch break straight after that because I was like, I need a break for a minute. But I remember being like, damn.
That's intense, dude. Holy shit. That's like 160 kilos is like 400 pounds or something stupid.
That's good fun.
That's good, yeah. But no,
and it was a struggle. Like it wasn't a like.
You were just like, oh, whatever.
This little lad thing is a feather.
It's like, oh yes, let me just juggle with the fucking thing first.
But no, I do want to go to gym. I've been working on my diet a lot recently. I am, I guess you could say, new pescatarian. I've been pescatarian since not Christmas gone, but the Christmas before.
Oh yeah.
And I just really hate fish, and I want them all wiped out.
Sometimes, you know what? Fish have had it too good for too long, and I'm fucking sick of pretending they haven't.
I'm done with this now. The true reason I'm pescatarian because mainly environmental reasons, but also I just didn't enjoy eating meat anymore. I just wanted to change.
No, I think that's, moral or just because it's icky, whatever. We will not judge you here. I if it was convenient and cost effective, I would probably, for moral reasons, go veggie or pescatarian, because I too have a deep-seething hatred of fish and vegetables. So, but no, with like my weightlifting, I do eat a lot of chicken. Because it's just the easiest and the most cheapest access to protein I can have without supplements and stuff. I have a protein shake that I put my creatine in like every day, but that's not my protein goal is significantly higher than 25 grams or however much it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. So it's like I think it's 35. But yeah.
I had my first realization of something that I missed after being pescatarian, and it was literally like a couple months ago. Keemanan. It is a.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a naan bread, but inside it's got like a seasoned, like Indian seasoned beef, but that's like squished down in the inside of this naan bread. It is incredible, really delicious. And I was ordering a curry. I was on my own. I was like, I'm just going to order this. And then I scrolled and it was like garlic naan, keema naan. And I was like,
Oh no.
oh, maybe I just do it. An interesting fact, if you do decide to become vegetarian or pescatarian, you have to wean yourself back on to meat.
Oh, is it like way too much for your stomach after not having it for a while?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's real bad. So I was, about a week before Christmas, I was sort of considering it, and I was basically just eating veggie meals already, with the occasional meat one. And then on Christmas, I had a turkey dinner at
Because you hate turkey
house.
so much. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even
and-
like turkey, you just had to assert dominance, you know.
Exactly. You get it. The terrifying creatures. I need to win. That's the competitive side, right?
Yeah, you can't help it. You go lift this fucking fork full of your skin into my mouth.
It's nature. How it is intended.
Stay on the plate like the meal you are.
But that night, I had the worst stomach and toilet experience. Is rough. I would not suggest it.
Unless you're into that kind of thing, but I will be shaming you.
If I'm into it or if I'm not into it.
If you are into having
Yeah, no.
problem.
No, I want to be tip-top condition.
Yeah, exactly. But no, good on you for starting your health and fish murder journey. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a joint task force effort. We'll get them one day, all of them.
Yeah. You know what? We've just got to keep at it.
We're being backed by the horse deputies. They've set aside.
It's a joint task force. Because you know what they say, horses. It's like oranges and apples, like horses and fish. They just don't mix. They're like oil and water. Horse is definitely the oil because fish are already the water. This Jesus has gotten away from me. I'll spin. Okay, third topic. I will spin the dice.
Okay.
Okay.
15.
You suck at this. It's marriage.
It's Matt. What number was that?
43.
Oh. One day I'll get it bang on. Marriage.
Marriage and love.
Okay.
True love.
I guess a start point. We should discuss our marital status.
Yep. Adam and I are married. To our podcasting career.
Oh my god.
It doesn't know it yet, but well, Adam, are you marriage?
I am no marriage.
Is that by choice, or because you fucking hate marriage as much as you hate turkeys, or are you just like, nah?
I'm just enjoying single lifestyle. I really, really like being single. It's good fun. And I really want to connect with myself, find out who I am first before I get into all the marriage and relationship stuff.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's a really sensible thing to do. Yeah, I am married.
Ooh.
I am married. Surprise. You were talking to my husband an hour ago. Yeah, I married that guy, by the way.
Cheek.
He did. Oh, did he? Slut. You might want to get yourself checked. He's a dirty hoe.
Checked for possibly engaged.
Oh no, he's a bigamist. Bigger me, bigger you. Well.
He is a wonderful human being.
He is amazing. I met him when I was 19, and I'm 119 now. Well, it fucking feels like it, let me tell you. And we got married in our early 20s, I think. And it was just kind of like, yeah, that's what you do, I guess. It's fine. I didn't like my wedding very much because I was still talking to my parents, and my parents sucked. So my mother made me wear a white wedding dress and a tiara. Can you imagine me in a dress or a tiara?
I am desperately scrambling to try and do that. There is nothing.
I also had
every time I imagine it, I see you in a full punk mohawk.
I've never done my hair like a big mohawk. I did have a mohawk for a little while, but yeah. But no, my mother was
we could throw you a honest to goodness remarriage bonanza.
That would be so cool. Yeah, I would love that. That would be so fucking good. And because when I got married, I went out with my mother and my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law is very traditional, not in a hateful way. And I was with my friend Violet's wife, Sarah. And every time I came out in a wedding dress, they would both scream cry. And I'd look at Sarah and she'd shake her head and be like, no, it's fucking ugly as shit. Take it off. I hate it. I'll burn it for you. Don't worry about it. And Sarah was the sane person there. And then they were like, you need a tiara and a veil. And I'm like, do I? Do I really? And then like Matt's mum was like, I'll pay for it. I'm like, well, it's your fucking money, sure.
Yeah. If you really want it.
If it means that much to you. And then it was like, oh, like, you need to have high heels. And I'm like, I don't want to have high heels. I want my boots. And then my mother was like, if you get married in boots, I'll never talk to you again. Which I should have taken her up on, because that would have been dope and cut out years of fucking pissing about.
That's the easy option.
Yeah, I'm like, don't threaten me with a good time, Glennis. Oh my goodness. And then like I wanted my hair in like a messy bun, like a messy updo. I ended up having my hair in a half up, half down because I went to the hairdresser that my mum always went to, and she was like, well, let's do whatever I want to do instead, and gave me and I was like,
So your mum got married to your
apparently
partner?
you'd think, wouldn't you? Christ on a bike. But
okay. Picture this, right? I'm vision boarding right now.
Okay, let's go.
Me
Yep.
in the full white wedding dress, tiara,
You've got the shoulders for
heels, hell yeah, heels, the lot, at your wedding as either bridesmaid or flower girl.
No, I think you should have been the bride. Please marry my husband. That's all he wants.
We could do a whole like performance. Like you could object, you can come over. I can run away from the wedding, have doubts, second thoughts, all of that stuff.
We could recreate that Julia Roberts movie. What is it called? Pretty Woman, where you can just prostitute yourself out for a while. I'll be Richard Gere. No, wait, that's weird. Like, my husband could be Richard Gere. I'll be the dress lady who is like, you are a hooker, so I'm not taking your credit card or whatever. But then, like, I'm also the officiator of the wedding. So I get, like, a redemption arc. But, like, fully off screen. And it's like a 47... Yeah, no, honestly, I think it's good.
We could make it a podcast episode.
Yeah, we'll do that. And I'm sure everyone would love that in an audio format.
Yeah.
An audio drama.
Yeah. Well, no, we could do audio, but then we'll let them download an 8-bit version of it.
Yeah, we basically we turn the remarriage into a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's gonna be amazing. Honestly, it's gonna be so good.
We're gonna have what's his name, Falcon from Smash
Captain
Bros.
Falcon?
Somewhere in there. Just Captain Falcon, just somewhere, anywhere.
I'm trying to think of something along the lines of like, show me your nups, like nuptials, but it's not working.
The tightest of knops.
Toy schnops. Toy schnops. Okay. I want Old Scully to be the person, like, what do they call it? Like the officiator of the wedding? The person who's like, oh, you want to marry this fucking person or whatever? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah,
okay, I want him to officiate the wedding. I want Hitchcock as the stripper, and I want young Scully as my husband. And Matt as my other husband. I think that's fair.
I feel like this is the story to Time Cop.
I don't know the story to Time Cop, but it sounds fucking awesome.
We have just made it.
Oh, fuck, dude. Oh my god. Hollywood, please respond. We are the ideas people.
Awaiting Duolingo bird.
Yeah, he's the fucking pinata. We beat him until Candy comes out. He's gonna... Oh, the Duolingo bird is gonna be the one objecting. And it's gonna be like, but you haven't practiced Spanish today! and then it'll fall through the broken glass and die, I guess, because the Cybertruck hit it or something. I don't fucking know. It's fine.
And we've come round about to the Uber conversation again.
Yeah, exactly. Right, do you want to do one more spin on the topic wheel?
I'm down. I feel like we've got more in us.
I think we got one.
23.
Oh, 19.
Oh, I'm getting better. I told you.
Yep, you're
I'm
zoning
making
in.
gains now. This is brain weightlifting.
Okay, the brain is a muscle, probably, I guess. Sure. The topic is travel.
Ooh.
Do you like to travel, Adam?
I do. I have actually recently come back from a holiday doing some traveling.
On purpose?
Yeah. I went
wow.
to the Netherlands. I drove to the Netherlands.
You know there's like an ocean in between that, right? That's crazy. You have an aqua car.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
Or can it
is
fly?
incredible. Full James Bond DB9 Vanquish.
Oh, wow. I don't know what spell that is, but cool. Wow. I'm not familiar with that TTRPG.
It's the amphibious spell.
Oh, I see. So, like the Netflix show?
Yeah, a documentary.
Oh.
Mockumentary.
Even better. What the fuck are we even talking about? So you went to the Netherlands. Isn't it flat? It's the flattest fuck I've ever seen.
So flat. So I went from here. I drove to the Eurotunnel. I got on the Eurotunnel, the Eurostar train one. Went over and then stayed in a place in Belgium. Belgium is also just as flat, but it is lovely. A beautiful holiday place that I stayed in, and then I drove up to the Netherlands, and then we stayed there for about a week, and then came back down to Belgium, and then back over. We stopped off at Kent on the way, both there and back, and then came home.
Oh,
I was
cool.
away for about 10
You did
days
send
total.
me like a picture of your feet, which was weird.
Yeah,
that
so
was meant
we
for
were
me.
having a conversation about this very podcast.
Oh shit.
And I was we were just having our usual odd conversations, and I suddenly looked up from my phone and realised that I was sat with my feet just sitting in a heated pool outside, sitting in the sun in Belgium, and I was like,
talking to me of all fucking people. You're like, what am I doing with my goddamn life? Ugh.
I was like,
She's
this
talking
is
about
a
protein.
moment.
Don't you think we should just throw our phones into a volcano and just not talk to me? I guess that's the next topic.
It was a really surreal moment because I was sat there feeling really tranquil, and I was like,
And then I fucking happened. You were like, fuck's sake.
the exact opposite, genuine. My reaction was, I literally cannot wait to get back and start this project. It's going to be so much fun.
You were like, fuck this holiday. I need to go chat shit with my friend about nothing. I go talk about horses. I can't possibly spend another day in this fucking divine place of relaxation. I need to go home to Brexit Turf Island.
It was honestly paradise, and it was so my first ever time going to the Netherlands. So I'd never been before, and it was my first ever time driving in another country, which has been on my bucket list for as long as I can remember. So it was a huge moment for me, and to drive so much, very exciting. I was very happy.
Nice, very nice. That's very cool. I can't remember the last time I went on holiday. You know that?
Not anywhere. Not even a staycation.
No. I'm working from home. I work every day, and my vacation is the gym.
I mean, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, I'm married to the gym. It's legal if one of them is.
Wait, the gym
building.
kissed me?
Yes. What, did it? No. That's my other husband, Jim.
Jim.
Jim. Yeah, Jim. Short for gymnasium. I'm child free by choice. No shame if you want kids. But I would, as a joke, have a baby called Jim, and their full name is Gymnasium. I wouldn't. That's fucking unhinged. But it would be funny in passing.
I saw someone tried to name their kid. It's SSSST. So when you read it out, it's 4ST. So it's forest.
I'm gonna trample them to death with my hooves. That's absolutely abhorrent. Okay.
I heard it and I was like, no,
it's like
don't
a
do
Japanese
that.
band that is, their name is 3 exclamation marks, and it's supposed to be pronounced ch. And it's no one's doing that. They're gonna call you the Japanese band whose name is 3 exclamation marks.
I'm gonna call
you
them
silly
shouty.
Sausages.
I'm gonna call them shouty.
Just shout A 3 times very haltingly. There we go. That just sounds like one of the Mars Attacks things.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, because he's constantly being like, ah.
Oh, he's fallen asleep on the A key. that happens. That happens. It's not good.
Yeah, I've been there. So when was your last staycation? Where was the last time you went?
When
Or
we
staycation or holiday?
recorded the second album with our band. It was the last one.
Wait, you were in
18
a
billion
band?
years ago. Yeah, you weren't in the band at that point. You were knee-high to a grasshopper. You were sucking them grasshoppers off like an absolute champion. You were the
Hang on,
biggest
thinking about
insect
it.
prostitute in the fucking meadow.
The grasshopper. Because
Yeah.
they got legs. Legs
Oh.
for days.
They got legs and they know how to use them. They rub them together and make weird noises and jump away from me when I'm chasing them with a lawnmower, which I'm actually quite happy about. But damn, do they like getting their dicks sucked?
The grasshoppers. No.
I'm sorry. I thought you enjoyed that part of your life.
It's actually a regular vocation of mine.
Is that something you do on holiday a lot? Suck off the local insect wildlife?
Hell yeah.
Oh, good. No.
What else is there to do abroad?
Fuck, I don't know, sit in a heated pool
Sightseeing?
and text me about all the grasshopper head
I'm
you've
out
given.
hunting for grasshoppers.
Oh yeah, give me that grass knobber.
Once again, the guy who has severe hay fever.
Is that why you have
Just running around like, oh, this is horrible.
Are you insinuating because grasshoppers have grass in their name that they give you hay fever, or only when you suck their dicks? Scientists, please respond. We'd like a scientific explanation.
Duolingo, we need
a
help.
blowjobologist, if you could please interact, that would be cool.
It's an actual job role. I read it on Wikipedia.
Yeah. After I edited Wikipedia, you read it on Wikipedia.
Yeah. I edited the article for President.
Oh, we're all waiting for that news story. Anyway. Yeah, no, before that, I think the last one I went on... Oh, no, wait, no, I'm lying about the album. It was the last one I went on was with my husband's mum and stepfather, which was a camping holiday in Yorkshire. Oh, no, it was in Cornwall, sorry. Which was
Cornwall's beautiful.
Cornwall's nice. We went to the sea, got massively sunburnt, and the first night my air mattress burst, and I was lying on cold hard ground, and it was the most pain I've been in a long time. It was super fun. It was pretty good. We spent like 4 days or something like that, fucking around there. It was all right. So yeah, I went to Yorkshire. No, I did not fucking stop telling people you went to Yorkshire. What the fuck? I don't think I've ever been to Yorkshire, even on purpose. I went to Cornwall.
I thought...
You thought Yorkshire was in Cornwall?
No, I don't. I for some reason I thought that I had been to Yorkshire and you were there, but I think
It was a dream
not
you
this
had.
time.
I've been reading your dream journal, Adam.
The one I keep in my pillow.
The one that you use as a pillow. I've seen it all.
Yeah,
That's fair. No
it's
judgment.
soft and comforting.
Yes. Like most books, I suppose. I bought a new book today.
Tell me all about it.
I will once I have to go all the way over here to get the fucking thing.
Oh,
It was okay.
it's coming. I see it.
Oh lord, it's coming. It's called
It looks
Spirit.
like it's leather bound.
It's not. It's just fucking old as shit.
Oh, just describe it to us.
It was actually first published in 1923, but this book is from like the mid to late 60s. It's by Zane Grey, who loved writing about cowboys, which I like hearing about cowboys, so I am not complaining. And it's called The Spirit of the Border, and I know it's going to be esoterically racist to First Nation individuals. Because it's from... And it's really funny. I laughed my ass off just reading the original kind of thing. So it was like, on the first page, it's got the characters in this story are entirely imaginary and have no relation to any living person. So this is all fake, made-up garbage. The introduction is like, if you think this is fake, you are gay. It's just... And it's like saying, it literally says, the writer is a fortunate... possessor of historical material of undoubted truth and interest. It is the long-lost journal of Colonel Ebenezer Zane, one of the most prominent of the hunter pioneers who laboured in the settlement of the Western country. And it's basically saying, the introduction says, oh, there's no information about this, but trust me, bro, it happened because I'm telling you that this is the information, bro, trust me. And then the foreword is, this is bullshit, dude. Don't believe his lies. It's fake as hell. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to be fucking Steven Seagal levels of just like, 'cause, Steven Seagal wrote like a Western book where he's like the main character insert, who's like a Native American, dude who fights a bunch of like terrorists and it's just really racist and really disgusting and really like bigoted towards like Muslims and stuff like that.
I was about to ask if it's good, but it sounds like it's not.
Dude, Steven Seagal and some other dumb fuck wrote it. It's the worst thing you've ever fucking put your eyes on.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's like, he sits there because he's a shadow wolf and his dick is too big and everyone wants to do sex on him because of big dick and he looks like Steven Seagal, which is just a weird coincidence, but also he's super sexy. And he's like, he wears like a turquoise pendant because his grandpa taught him how to be a native. I don't know. It's fucking awful. It's called like Path of the Shadow Wolf or something. Do not buy it. Do not buy that book.
There is a character in The Good Place that when you watch it and you go to finish it, I can't remember his name, but as soon as you see that character and this one specific episode, you will draw the comparisons. That's all I'm thinking of right now. On the subject of travel then, where is a place that you would want to go?
I would love to go to Japan, and I would absolutely love to go to Spain and have everyone laugh at my Latinoamerican Español because it's bad.
Straight up nerd right here. I was about to say Japan as well, but purely based off of I want to go to Nintendo World.
You want to go to Akihabara?
And I want to try some Japanese sushi and stuff like that. Like that.
Oh,
looks
the
really good.
food looks so good. Although I will confess something that will get me cancelled and killed in real life. I don't like ramen.
I'm not a fan of noodle dishes.
I love donburi.
I love donburi.
Yeah, donburi. So I love what is it? Teriyaki chicken donburi is like my favorite. I love it so much.
Teriyaki salmon.
Oh, my man. Very good, very good.
Or I absolutely love. I cannot express how much I really like tofu.
Tofu, I think, when it's cooked right, is incredible.
So good. When it's done wrong, when people don't season it or like put any spices and it's just a slab of beige, don't do that.
It's like I feel it's very akin to chicken in the way you need it. Everything is in the seasoning.
Yeah.
And obviously, being a weightlifter, you see a lot of people who are just like, I boil my chicken. It's like, okay, what do you do? I put salt on it. And you're like, I'd rather die. It's like, I have like Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And I season my chicken even then, and I dump a bunch of it's like chicken seasoning spice. It's like paprika and a bunch of other stuff, and I can't remember what it is. But it's this big chicken seasoning medley, and it's amazing. I do love, I love like Japanese snacks. Like their fruit snacks are amazing, and I love seaweed crackers, like nori crackers. Are so good.
Nori crackers, yeah.
They're amazing. And I just want to go and just nerd out and get a bunch of Sailor Moon shit and like Godzilla stuff for my husband. Yeah, because he's a big nerd.
I would love to go to Japan, literally just to go and absorb some culture. I want to go see a pagoda. I want to go and see like all the traditional stuff. There was a place that I saw where you go round and they give you like a piece of like it almost looks like a postcard, and at each location in this big like, I don't know what it is. It's like a temple or a destination you can go to. In each place there's a stamp, and as you stamp, you like build the picture of the temple. So you collect your stamps, and then it turns into a postcard that you've literally gone and walked around and collected on a little journey.
So cool! Oh my god,
it's wicked, right? And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, send me. I want to go there.
I will send you that postcard.
Oh my! If you do, I genuinely will cry.
Yeah, I'd probably cry sending it because I'd be like, oh, I don't want to give it away.
I would.
I'll get two.
Do two. Yeah, do two.
Yeah. I want to go to a mussel cafe.
A mussel cafe? Please
Yeah, you know maid
elaborate.
cafes. You know maid cafes where they have
Like-
like pretty people dressed up in like maid uniforms and
I
they're
didn't know that
waitresses.
they had that. I mean,
Muscle cafes are like guys in short shorts serve you drinks.
this sounds amazing.
Like huge muscular men serve you drinks, and I'm like, that's what I'm trying to be. That's how I'm trying to
You
live.
want to be a muscle person in a cafe?
I mean, I want to be a muscle person in a cafe being served by other muscle people. I don't want to work there. Fuck off. I mean, I want it to be fully above board and everyone gets paid like amazing wages. Everyone genuinely is just super psyched to be there and is respected as a worker, because like I do feel a bit weird about like Hooters and shit like that. I'm like, can we just respect people? And
This feels like
know.
Karen's Diner, but like obviously the other way. Do you know
I
about Karen's
fucking-
Diner?
yeah, I saw a Super Eye Patch Wolf. He was talking about that, where he went there and basically got. This is people with like. This is for people who are too embarrassed to admit that they want to get roughed up by a dom. I'm gonna say it.
I want to
just gonna say
go
it.
and I just want to laugh.
Okay.
I don't look at me like that. I want to go because it sounds funny. And do you know what? I came up with this idea absolutely years ago. I was talking to Max and I was like, yo, I really want to create a restaurant that you go to where you get really bad service.
And you
where
get
it's just-
CBT'd under the table.
But exactly, I was like, it's such a good idea because then you can pay for actors, people can be really creative. If someone's a bad customer at your restaurant, then you're literally encouraged to be rude. And then I saw, obviously, Karen's Diner, and then my favourite place on the planet. Do you know about Get Baked?
Get baked. Is that a drug thing?
No. This is...
I've never done a drug, so
genuinely incredible. So they're called Get Baked. You should look at them on Instagram. I'll send you an account after.
okay.
They are a takeaway shop that's also a bakery. So they're open really late hours.
I'm
They
listening.
do cakes and stuff like that. And they have the hilarious hilarious social media. They regularly post complaints and then have arguments with people on their Instagram publicly, and it is so funny. They swear at people. It's great, but they have a special charge that when you go in, you can be like, "Can you insult me?" and you can pay the extra to be insulted.
Again, I have acquaintances and friends who have literally dommed in actual sex dungeons. They've rented their own dungeons, who just provide this alongside their main service, and I think people are just kind of this is the entry level drug for that. Mm-hmm. More power to you, of course, but oh my god.
It just so happens though that their cakes are incredible. They used to do a cake that they called Bruce. It was like this tall. It was about as tall as my
That's
head.
So
and it
about
was a
100
chocolate
inches,
cake.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Just
And
the Bruce.
And they do national delivery.
Oh shit. Okay.
They're based in Leeds. Leeds? Or is it Manchester? I think it's Leeds. No, I can't remember which one. Their original base is somewhere, either Manchester or Leeds, and they will literally deliver these slices of Bruce national around the UK.
I'm guessing that the delivery fee is like 56 quid or what.
It's reasonable. Yeah, it's usually next day or something like that, but it's reasonable.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess within the UK that's not too bad, but yeah, that's pretty bananas.
I think the social media is the big draw for me. It's the kind of place that I would travel to go there, buy a piece of the cake, and then come home. And that would
You wouldn't
be
eat it there? Would you order the extra? Like, would you pay like a tenner extra to someone to call you
hell
a cuck
yeah.
or something? Oh, okay. I'm not judging. That's
I
fine.
think it would be funny.
I could just do that. I'll tell you what. I'll be mean to you, but you have to give me a fiver.
No.
No, we'll go to the gym and I'll bully you until you come, and then you can buy me like a meal afterwards. How's that sound?
That works for me.
Yeah, okay, cool. We can do that. We'll figure out a thing after the podcast. We'll also let listeners know how it went.
Yeah. We'll give a full feedback, running commentary.
We'll set up 3 or 4 cameras. There'll be slow-mos. There'll be a halftime.
The halftime show, there'll be cheerleaders and
I'm
everything.
sure that Beyonce's gonna be there.
Yeah. The guy from Punk'd is going to be there.
Ashton Kutcher, isn't he like? Oh, he's a prick.
Is it Ashton Kutcher? I didn't actually know it was Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he's.
Maybe not then.
Well, yeah, maybe not. Pedro Pascal, we could have him to show up.
Wait, no, can he do the insulting?
I would let that man say anything to me. I do not care. He's amazing.
See that.
He's so cool. You can see him just bullying me. I'm just so easy to bully. That's my problem. I'm so frail and like
you've got
bad
the
at
word
lifting.
target written on your back, G.
I do. I lost a bet. Okay, it's I'm a person of my word. I'll get a tattoo.
Hey, to be fair, at the last gig that we did, I nearly got a QR code for Fighting Evil's website tattooed on my head.
We have a website?
No.
Oh, okay. Then where the fuck was it gonna go?
I was just gonna get a random QR code on my head.
Okay, sure. That's like the Zoomer hit, like Agent 47 from Hitman. You got a QR code on the back of your head.
That would be cool if I had it on the back of right on the back. I was gonna have it on the top so I could like
right in the back, a bit like Agent 47.
And I could carry around a homing briefcase.
Yeah, and you can have like a broccoli cut and then just be like grade 1, like just shaved so you can see.
If I'm gonna do that, it'll be a friar tuck. But with just
like,
a little window
cut
into the back of my head.
And then you need to have like a tattoo of a dude mowing the lawn around your hairline. That's funny and never gets old. Do you want to do one more topic? We might have room for one more. I think I'm just enjoying getting used to the thing. So guess, Adam, what we're going to go for.
Wait. Okay, let's make it more fun. So the last one we did was 19, wasn't it? So can you say higher or lower?
Okay, I am rolling. So out of 51, which we've already had a few, I will write down.
Is it higher or lower than 19?
It's lower.
12.
Lower.
8.
Lower.
1?
Yes.
No way!
Yeah, it was 1.
I never would have guessed.
Is the first one. Sports. You like sport? Me neither. Yeah. Thanks very much for listening to... No.
Good day and welcome.
I like playing sport, but I don't like watching it.
Ooh, okay. I feel very similarly. Like I enjoy playing sport. I don't think I'd watch any sport. Okay, what are we classing as sport here? Are we talking like traditional Olympic style? Are we talking broad? Are we talking esports?
I'd say esports are kind of they're esports, so I guess we could talk about them, but I wouldn't classify them as like the same as like football or something.
Mm-hmm. How would you feel about speedrunners of video games?
Speedrunning, I'd say that's just speedrunning. Like, if you want to classify it as a sport, that's cool. But I'm like, this feels more kind of like, I mean, there is a hell of a lot of skill in there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, I wouldn't think it's a sport necessarily. I am gonna anger the entire speedrunning community. We all knew it was gonna happen, but we didn't think it was gonna be this quick.
I think it's fair to say that I would define traditionally a sport is more physical, right? And yes, like speedrunning is physical, you're like moving your body and stuff. But we're gonna stick to more of the physical, like going out of the house, touching grass, the traditional anti-gamer stuff.
Dude, okay, Captain Histamine over here with his grass touching. I'm gonna go and touch grass and then sneeze myself to death. It's gonna be so cool. That's a sport.
I would recommend it.
No, don't listen to Adam. Please don't listen to him.
7 out of 9 doctors recommend.
7? Well, I'm 2 of the remaining doctors, and I'm saying fucking do not.
Okay, I used to watch, so my nan used to love watching the snooker, and I used to watch snooker with her. I never used to understand it. I was always confused, but my nan was really enjoying it, and I liked spending time with my nan, so I watched the snooker.
I always liked imagining that it was just very small men with 2 chopsticks and a bowl of peas. I didn't, I made that up, but I thought it was funny.
The chalk is the butter. for the
Yep,
peas.
you gotta butter the end of your chopstick. What the fuck? Don't go to Japan. We should not go. If that's what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be like getting into the fucking restaurant. We're gonna be snapping the thing and then chalking the end of the fucking chopstick.
I think I would literally get us escorted to the airport, like, immediately.
Yeah, they would kill you, and honestly, no one would call the cops. They'd be like, "No, that's fair." And if that happened to me, I'd be like, "It's fair."
For the record, I would never butter a chopstick.
No, you'd chalk one, but you'd never butter one. That'd be weird.
It's extra grip, right? Climbers have
exactly.
chalk on their hands for grip, so it must work for chopsticks too.
Adam, where do you hold chopsticks when you pinch them you pinch the chopstick end, and then what do you fucking do?
Okay, without chopsticks in front of me, I can't show you how I hold them, but I do hold them properly. I've been told that I hold them properly.
Like when you do your relaxed hand, you pop them there.
And
So why are you chalking the very tip of the fucking chopstick then?
To grip the food. Big brain.
I didn't think you'd be my biggest problem today, but here we are. Okay.
We all knew this was coming.
Oh yeah. Just quickly, if you hear typing, it's not me ordering a deep web hitman to kill you. It's not that.
I'm the hitman.
You're like skibbity toilet. I dabbed.
They felt the dab. They know what happened.
I was putting my boots on this morning because I have like with mild OCD. I have a thing where my phone has to be a high charge before I leave the house. Otherwise, it's like a panic thing. And I feel the same for anyone else's electronics. My husband does not give a shit, and that causes me deep distress. So we left the house I was putting my boots on. They're not charged. He hasn't charged his because he is a silly sausage, and I'm mad at him for that, but not really. And I was putting my boots on. He was in a different room and couldn't see me. And he was like, "Well, it's a good thing I'm not playing Pokemon Go anymore." And I go, "Why not?" And he goes, "My battery's at 35%. And I stop and go, while I'm putting my boots on, I just put my hand over my mouth and I kind of stare. And I hear him cackle and goes, "I felt that pause." And I was like, I was just like shocked. I was like, how did he know? And he was like, I could just tell that you were like, you were staring off to the middle of this. Yeah, he was like, he could feel the 1,000-yard stare that had descended upon me. And honestly, fair. But no, okay. Sport.
I was on the subject of sport, and we were talking video games and how we think that sport is more physical. Mm-hmm. Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go, what a great thing it was.
Do we think that this is a sport or a video game?
No.
Or a sport game?
It's a
or
mobile
game. Sport. Yeah, it's a mobile game.
No. Is it a game genie? No. What? No. I said Pokemon. I wouldn't classify that as a sport.
No, I
it's underground animal fighting, but sure.
Oh, yeah, I guess technically it is. Mm-hmm. Edge case.
I will not. So what sports do you like playing? If any sport.
So I used to be quite good at badminton. I used to play a lot of badminton.
You just need to get near cocks. That's your problem.
Big time. Especially the ones with the feathers. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but as long as there's no grass, you'll be fine.
No.
You don't want a grassy cock, trust me.
It's green. It's a bad time. I played basketball recently.
You are tall, so...
I was terrible at it. I was so terrible that after we finished, I realised that my feet were in such a bad way that I barely could drive home. The next day I woke up and I had colossal blisters on the bottom of my feet, and they were so bad that when I went to the doctors, he prescribed me antibiotics and told me that I was not allowed to be on my feet for at least a couple weeks.
You have been medically forbidden from playing basketball.
Yup.
Wow.
And for me, 100% convinced it was the shoes. The mate that I went with, he used to be a professional basketball player. he thinks it is hilarious that I am that inept at sport that I had to have antibiotics.
Oh god, I'm trying to think of like a pun on antibiotics and like anti-sport or something, but it's just they don't exist. Don't even try. Don't care. That's absolutely crazy.
I'm really like I'm unnaturally ungifted at sport. So my nickname used to be Dropper because every time people used to throw stuff at me, it would go straight through my hands. I'd miss it every time I would can't catch to save my life.
That just means you're like Shadowcat from X-Men and you can like phase through physical objects. That's actually super cool. Don't do that, you might get stuck on the floor. It'd be terrible. I am actually I wanted to, before I got diagnosed with cancer, I was getting into boxing and I want to get back into boxing because I like fighting, but not like real fighting because that's lame and terrible and blah. There's something about the physicality of like physical combat as opposed to like, I don't know, Reddit combat where you just call someone an idiot or a slur. I hate Reddit, but I'm on there every day. You know how it is. But no, I like boxing. I watch like boxing and MMA highlights and stuff like that. I really fucking hate the community around it though, especially with like not being a dude. The snobbery and bullshit you can get in. It's like, oh yeah, girls can't part. Or like you get very kind of blokey bloke. Well, Brexit's important to me. Like when Straight Pride Month, kind of like dudes in that. Like not all of them, obviously, but like I'm just like I don't want to be around those kinds of people. And there's so much toxic masculinity there, and it's like I just want to be able to join a boxing gym and just be like, yeah, we're getting better and stronger together, and isn't it cool? That's literally what I want. I don't want I hate you in real life because I just don't care.
I feel like you want the vibe of a mosh pit, but without the music.
Yeah. Oh, well, the music can be there, but I also don't fight people in mosh pits. I've never thrown a punch in a mosh pit, and I'm not going to start now.
I haven't, but the vibe of mosh pits is very like you get involved. If someone falls down, everyone helps them back up.
Everyone stops and picks them up. Yeah, and then you start like thrashing around again. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I want from a boxing gym. Yeah, and I've been there was like, okay, so have you heard of blue collar boxing? Or is it white collar boxing?
I know that there's different collars, but I like. Is that is the blue collar one with the napkins and they just like sort of like instead and they're very like, ooh.
I don't know if that's a thing and I fucking hope it isn't. But yeah, I was looking into like boxing gyms in my city and one of them came was like, it's free. Like free training. And I'm like, that's suspicious as fuck. So I look into it and it turns out there's huge controversies because what it is, it's like a 6-week or like it's like a 6 to 12 week training program where they don't pay attention to weight class, which is very fucking important because gloves and the padding and the sizes are listed by weight because you can really mess someone up. Yeah. That's why they have weight classes in a lot of physical contact sports. And like I've seen so many people like because it's supposed to be like for charity, like you at the end you have like a big fight and people like bet on you and then it all goes to a charity, which apparently what I read, non-actionable, it seemed like there was trouble where the money was being allocated and there were loads of like people who'd gone in there going, I basically did like HIIT for like 3 weeks and then they put me in the ring with someone who weighed 3 times as much as I did.
I don't know how to throw a punch. I met someone who did something exactly like this.
Shit.
He won and the money disappeared.
I'm not surprised. I'm just kind of like, it just feels like it's kind of like playing on like people's insecurities of being strong and tough and like, oh, go be a boxer for 6 weeks. It's like, you should not be full contact sparring within 6 weeks. You should not be doing that until you know how to throw a punch. It's just bare safety right there.
This is just, it just feels like the story of Fight Club.
Yeah, but Fight Club was like a gay man's like critique on toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
You're looking at me like I'm lying. And I'm like, no, it was.
No, you're
whole
absolutely right. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Fight Club is one of those movies that I could call a very feminist movie. But
Tyler Durden is an ally. He's an ally. Tyler Durden, he, they.
I for one, so when I was in school, my mum actually wrote me a note to get me out of contact sport because I was people using that as a platform to bully me. So I was getting beat up a lot. So whilst it was helpful that I wasn't involved in that, I did miss out on a lot of the contact sports stuff. I did miss out on like getting comfortable with like playing football and basketball and barging people about a bit. So I do think contact sport is good, but I'd also think that people should be able to choose if they do or don't want to be.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, the weird private cult school I went to, that'll be another episode, don't worry, anyone who doesn't know. I did fencing, which I was the only girl to do. I was so unique and special. And my tactic was being incredibly aggressive, and there was only one guy who knew how to deal with me because I couldn't deal with a parry. So he'd just parry me every time and win. I hated that guy. Hope he's currently on fire or underwater or both. No, I'm joking. That's too mean. But I liked fencing. Our instructor was an ex-firefighter, and he would make you drop and give him 20 push-ups on like hard gym floor if he caught you with your hands in your pockets. He was a proper disciplinarian. Cool guy though. If you got past like the bullying teenagers because they were just didn't know what to do with their hands.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Damn.
Apart from that. But I did that. I liked rugby, but they'd never let me play. Very Australian of me to be like, oh yeah, I love rugby. It was really cool. I liked it because I could just body my classmates. And the teachers would think that was cool. So basically, I'm the person who was harming you at school, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yin and yang, though, right? Balance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was pretty good at high jump for a while. That's a sport.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a girl in my class called Zandra who was like, she must have been like 5'10" at literally 11 years old. So she was amazing at it because she was gigantic. I mean, I was pretty average height. And then, when I obviously got up, I'm like 5'9" now. So I'm still not a great high I haven't jumped very high in a while, you know. Who can say the last time they jumped was?
I have a star-studded past, so I've got gold medals in ballroom Latin American dancing.
Dude.
I don't remember any of it, but I do have those, and
you had a mental health crisis, and then you woke up at like as you were winning gold for fucking like the salsa.
It was a great day.
Wow.
And I was a parkour freerunner kid, big time.
Parkour. I was a skate rat myself.
I also did skateboarding.
I couldn't do any tricks, but I just used it to kind of get from A to B. But then the English roads were so shit, I just packed it in because I was just like, there's a crater every 3 feet, and I was like, okay, let's just not do that.
I used to be able to do like a tail whip on a scooter, and I used to do like jumps and stuff. There are multiple videos on YouTube. Good luck to anyone looking for them. You won't recognize me, but
there is a bounty.
Doing parkour.
That's adorable. Like 144p.
Yeah, Windows Media Movie
with
Maker,
the blue background and the white text that fades in with parkour spelled wrong.
Yep.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yep. I spelled so many words wrong. It was terrible.
God, I wish I could relate. I've never spelt a single word wrong even once. Wow.
My childhood was literally just spelling words wrong.
Yeah, yin and yang, you spelt everything incorrect, so I never have to do that. The circle is complete.
But nowadays, I am big into mountain biking.
Oh yeah.
I like doing the like trail riding, jumps and stuff like that. I've not gone and I've not got my own bike yet, but I do intend to get that and to go.
You can just steal someone else's
stuff. You can. It's so easy.
It's like if they're riding them, you can just take them. Like, especially like mountain ride, like it's dangerous. So if they come off, free bike, dude. You just gotta kind of make sure it's positional. That's the entire thing.
What, and if it's got a puncher, I got a puncher repair kit. It's fine. Oh, do you know what I've been doing? Do you know what I've been doing recently? So, my mum got a bike for my niece. It is like pink bike with
Tiny
handlebars
little
that are like slightly curved. It's got a basket on the front. Like, it is full cute. There's like flower stickers and stuff. It's gorgeous. It was in an absolute state. And I'm one of those weirdos that just like, I like taking things apart, breaking them apart, looking inside them, figuring out what's going on, figuring out how they work, and then putting them back together and fixing them and all that. So I got this bike from my mum and I've taken it to pieces. I took the chain off, I bought some tools, I cleaned it all down, I've been opening up the bearings and stuff. And it is fascinating. It's real good fun.
That's very cool. And the bike is completely unusable now, but you had fun.
Yeah, it's nearly fixed. I've got a new part arriving tomorrow, and then the last thing I've got to do is brakes. And then she'll be able to ride a proper bike.
Oh, she'll love that. That's so cute. Oh, you need to send me pictures.
I will. I'll show you pictures of the whole project.
Excellent. But yes. And thus ends our first, our pilot episode of our podcast. Adam, how are you feeling?
I'm sad that it's over. I've had a really, really good
time.
Yeah,
we aren't allowed to talk unless we're recording now. That's like the law. The horses will come and trample you to death.
I mean, we've been talking about doing this for a long while, and I do genuinely think that there's some conversations we've already had that really should have been recorded.
Well, we've been told that by people around us, and I think it's a kind of "could you go away" kind of thing. But in a polite, like, you two should have a podcast, which is "could you just do this elsewhere? That would be great." Either way, you're disruptive, and we are politely asking you to fuck off. Which fair.
I do think that those people will tune in,
so that they can be like, "Oh, this is what I'm showing the cops when they ask me why I killed you." It's like when I got my ADHD diagnosis, I was like, "Oh, I need to like have an interview and be assessed by a clinician about my ADHD." And literally nearly everyone I knew, I think including you, were like, "Well, you have the Misanthropod podcast that you do, so just send them that." And I was like, "Wow, fair and accurate, but wow."
I feel seen,
True.
And I do not like it.
Like, I'm in this podcast and I don't like it. There we go, that's the title.
You know me
that's the name.
Very well. How dare you?
Absolutely appalling behaviour. But yes, so we will figure out a name. We'll put this somewhere, probably on a YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, horses will kill you.
The deputies are out in force.
Yeah, they are. ACAB includes... I'm trying to think of... All cults are bastards. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful.
Flawless.
Yeah, wow. Adam, where can people find you if they want to follow you around all day and, like, I don't know, throw peanut M&Ms at you?
I don't know. I do have a Twitch channel. I do not know the name of it off. No, I think it's Let Me Adam 16.
How the fuck? What? Dude, no. Okay. We need to get you a Blue Sky account because it's not Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm happy to jump on stuff. If people want to ask me questions or even suggest some stories for the news segment, I think that would also be pretty cool.
That would be cool. We will figure all this out later. You can find me at Snipe the Sorrow on pretty much anything. One word. I am one part of Snipe and Web on Snipe and Web on YouTube. My main gig is Warhammer 40,000. As you can tell by the sound of my voice. Yep, terrific.
And also Western. You got to include the Western.
Oh yeah, I'm the Western? What? Why?
You've been on a bit of a Western kick recently.
Oh, I've always been on a Western kick. I would do so many cool things in Spurs. You know, Biff Tannen was a cowboy. We'll get onto that next time. It is actually Mad Dog Buford Tannen.
Oh, use his full name.
Yeah. I use his government name.
His bedroom name.
His bedroom name. It's oh my god, what that... Biffy Clyro is his bedroom name. He suddenly turns Scottish and there's 3 of him. Actually, I'm kind of getting into it. There are 3 versions of him. No, there's 4. 5? Griff doesn't count.
Old man,
I don't think
young
Buford
man,
counts.
cybernetic man, mad dog man.
Wait. When was Biff Tannen cybernetic? What the fuck is that? Oh wait, that's Griff Tannen. That's his grandson.
Griff Tannen. Oh, he's the grandson.
So we know he fucks. He's a grandson. And okay, I know we're running off on a tangent, and I know that's the whole podcast. But also, I have also, you can't see, but I have a little Biff Tannen on my desk.
Of course you do.
Isn't
That
he
sleeps
cranky?
right next to you.
Yes, he watches me Google things. He's like, no, butthead, don't do it. And I'm like, oh, Biff, I'm using Google. Don't anyone clip that. I'll fucking stamp on you. Derogatory. I fucking swear to God.
I'm literally immediately clipping it.
How? What? With your mind? Anyway. The little fact I was going to do. In Back to the Future 2, where they show Griff and, like, Marty Jr., which is Biff Tannen's grandson, and Marty McFly's son, that are around the same kind of age as, like, you know, they're like late teens. They are both actors are wearing brown contact lenses so that they differentiate from the other, like, because Tom Wilson has blue eyes and so does Michael J. Fox. And so when they swap, they have, it's like when you hear that, when you notice that they've got brown eyes, it does look really weird. You're like, whoa, that's strange. But cool.
I will be looking on the next view.
Good. We should watch Back to the Future, like, all of them 3 together, where I can sit there for the next, like, 6 hours and just describe in graphic detail the things sexually I think I would do to Biff Tannen.
We could do a watch party of Back to the Future with a commentary.
No, it would. Okay, if that's on YouTube, it's getting blocked regionally. If that's on Twitch, I'm getting murdered personally. If this is on Spotify or fucking, like, SoundCloud, the CIA are going to the Wall Street Journal is going to kill me.
The Duolingo owl is
or has bought the Wall Street Journal. He's employed driverless horses, which is just horses.
Just horses.
I love the idea of an animal that isn't currently being ridden or, like, led around on a leash is a driverless animal. Dude, I saw this driverless dog in the yard earlier. Who the fuck did that belong to?
How did it learn how to do that?
Oh, AI is truly taking over. Then it called me a slur and tried to hump me. It was weird. To be fair, that could just be any person on a dating profile. So, yeah. But yeah. Thank you for listening, everybody. This has been... well, it's certainly been...
It's been something.
Yeah, we've certainly done a thing here, and you know what? It is scary as hell to create stuff, so be kind to us or we'll cry, actually. Yeah. It was really hard. And I'm going to have to, like...
The next podcast will be a tier montage.
Yeah, it'll be the best of pilot podcast name. Pilots. I mean, it's going to be like... We should do a podcast on pilots, which is just like, pilots, who needs them? Who wants them? Who's got them? Airports,
but we never define whether or not we're talking about pilots or pilots, as in people flying planes or first episodes. We never clarify it, and we make it ambiguous.
My 3,000 calorie a day weightlifters ass thought you meant pilots as in pies that are small.
That's included now as well.
There's 3!
Which one could it be?
Oh, and then whoever guesses wrong, we'll just, I don't know, set fire to. That's probably what we're doing. Who knows?
We'll
Tune in, we'll figure it out. We'll send in Henry Cavill, and he'll be handsome at everyone. Now, there's a man on 6,000 calories a day, let me tell you.
Oof.
Yeah, he's drinking petrol to make up that fucking number. Petrol is really high in calories.
I mean, fair. So
Yeah.
is uranium.
Anyway, thank you very much for listening, everybody. Sorry?
You're welcome.
And we love you.
Bye.
Bye.